Ask and ye shall receive, folks. I've had some people asking how I decided to spec my Beastmaster now that I'm at the max level. I showed off a build guide, I think like a week ago when I was leveling up and I was showing off my leveling build, but now I've finished the leveling, I reached the end of Dragonflight, got max level, and I have essentially maxed out my character, and now it's just a gear grind from here. So we're going to talk about the spec today, how I've chosen to play my Beastmaster. It might help you if you decide you want to play the way I play. I heavily favor a bow, and the rotation, which I talked about in the previous guide, is still the same. The only difference is now that I've got to max level, I've also added Call of the Wild to the rotation. So we'll go through this all. We'll check out the build. We'll talk about the rotation and go from there. So without further ado, let's dive in. If it's your first time tuning into one of my guides here on the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Come join our guild. We're on the Moon Guild server. We are Risen. Just hit me up in Discord for an invite. You could fill out an application, go from there. Daily streams, 5:30 a.m. Central and 8 p.m. Central, twice a day. Let's get into this here. So I am a Beastmaster spec, and I have previously talked about how I prefer to use the two different pets, which is one of the reasons why the animal companion was so vital to me. Now, I think the last time we talked, I would have to go back and look at the video, but I think it was only around level 60 or so, and we had just gotten into the last tier of abilities, and I hadn't actually put points into these last three tiers, these last three levels, and I have since fleshed that out a little bit more. So we're going to be talking about these last three here, going down. So without further ado, on the hunter side of things, I went with Beastmaster, which gives me increased pet damage. I then went with improved kill command, and then I went down here and did Alpha Predator, which I just think is really cool. Obviously, you could go Killer Instinct if you want, but I liked Alpha Predator because it gave me 2 charges of Kill Command, which, given the fact that Kill Command does an AoE after my multi-shot because of whatever it is over here, I forget where it's at. Yes, Beast Cleave. After you multi-shot, your pet's melee attacks also strike all nearby enemies for 80% of the damage, and Kill Command strikes all nearby enemies for 80% of the damage for the next 6 seconds. Up to 8 targets. So now that I can do it twice in a row, anytime I'm in AoE mode, I hit the AoE and then I immediately follow that up with 2 rounds of Kill Command, not just one, and then I follow that up with 2 rounds of Barbed Shot because that's doing the stomp because of, what is it over here? When you cast Barbed Shot, your pet stomps the ground, which is awesome. So that does a lot of AoE damage, and then by that time I've got a refresh on my multi-shot and usually a refresh on my Kill Command, and then I just cycle through and I keep doing, and that's how I burn targets down with my AoE. Works exceptionally well. Also on the hunter side, I've went down and got Master Marksman, which gave my melee and range special attack critical strikes, causing the target bleed effect for 50% of the damage dealt for 6 seconds. Then I got Serpent Sting, which adds dot. That's actually something else I've added to my rotation for the single targets. It's usually the first thing I hit them with outside. I got my macros set up for Hunter's Mark and to sick the pets on, and immediately do Serpent Sting after that. And because of the next thing that I took, which is Poison Injection, you can stack, because Serpent Sting now applies latent poison to the target, stacking up to 10 times. So I can shoot Serpent Sting 10 times in a row to stack it. Then Barbed Shot consumes all of those, doing 1,446 damage per stack consumed, so I can get a nice almost 15,000 damage out of that when I stack it 10 times and then hit them with a Barbed Shot. So that's great for my single targets. Right now, especially with boss mobs, it's usually what I do that for. I don't really need to stack it on the normal stuff that I'm killing. Like if I'm just doing regular mobs, I mow them down quick. I mean, essentially you're hitting them with Serpent Sting, followed by Barbed Shot, followed by Kill Command, usually Murder of Crows, and by that point it's Kill Shot and they're toast. And if I need to, I'll just hit a Dire Beast on them, and they're usually done by that point. So I don't usually need to stack their Serpent Sting on there unless it's a boss mob, and that's a really nice additional thing. Now on the Beast Mastery side, I went 2 ranks in Dire Command, which gives me a 30% chance to also summon a Dire Beast, and then went 2 ranks into Dire Frenzy, which means Dire Beast lasts an additional 2 seconds and deals 60% increased damage, and then I ended that up with Dire Pack. So for every 5 Dire Beasts summoned, it resets the cooldown of Kill Command and reduces the focus cost of cooldown of Kill Command by 50% for 8 seconds. Then on the other side, I went Master Handler, which each time Barb Shot deals damage, the cooldown of kill command is reduced. That's nice. But Call of the Wild is the big one. Call of the Wild summons 2 active pets for 20 seconds. During this time, a random pet from your stable will appear every 4 seconds to assault your target for 6 seconds. And each time Call of the Wild summons a pet, the cooldown of Barb Shot and Kill Command are reduced by 50%. It's really nice. And then on top of that, I went with Wild Instincts. So while Call of the Wild is active, each time I use Kill Command, the target takes a 3% increased damage from all of your pets, stacking up to 10 times. So it's pretty potent, and I've been saving that for boss fights because that combined with the stacking of Serpent Sting, I've been able to mow down bosses that I've been coming across recently extremely fast. It's an extremely potent blend here for the way I do things. So that is essentially the max level build that I have at level 70 for Dragonflight. So you can take a screenshot of this if you would like, and we'll probably do this as the screenshot. Quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. But this is the build that I'm using at max level. I don't think I'll change this. It's pretty powerful for the way I play. I did a couple of guild dungeons the other day, and it works great in the guild runs as well. We haven't done any raids yet, so I think everybody's getting up through Dragonflight right now, and I think we're going to do our first raid in early to mid-December. And we're going to do that Void of the, I forget what it's called. It's the storyline raid for Dragonflight at the end of the main campaign. We're going to do that. I'll stream that when it happens, or do an offline session of it or something. We'll probably stream it actually, so people can watch us fall on their faces a few times. And I'll be interested to see how this plays out in a raid setting. But I'm extremely happy with the way this played out. I didn't use anybody else's guides. This was just me going through and saying, I think I like this. I think I like this. This is going to suit the way I play. This could probably optimize a little bit more if I really wanted to dive into the meta. But I'm just kind of like, meh. I don't really care about it that much. It's just a fun build for me, and it plays fairly well. I never use half the other stuff on my hotbar here. So if we look at I never use my misdirection, counter shot, scatter shot, arcane shot, concussive shot. I will occasionally counter shot, but honestly, I kill things so fast. Excuse me, I kill things so quickly. I haven't ever really needed to worry about spell casting, because it's like by the time they're casting a spell, they're already 3/4 of the way dead, and then I hit them with a kill shot and it's over. The fights, the occasional ones I have to worry about are boss fights, but it's usually not that big of a deal because I'm so far back and they're focused on my pet, and as long as I've got my pet heals going off, we're good to go. Disengage I do use quite a bit, but that's really it. So the big thing is just keeping my pet healed throughout the fights and going from there. And my Wolfie does a really good job as the main. I've not had any complaints from him at all, so I'm very happy with this. And I know at some point somebody had asked me if I had a beginner's guide to what types of pets are great for starter hunters, for starter beastmasters. I'll probably get that up in the next week or so, because that's more of a flavor thing than anything else. But there are some pros and cons to the different pets. But for me, the way this has always worked, I've had these 2 pets since level, whatever you get them on Exile's Reach, that starter island, like level 5 or something. I immediately have had these 2, so very happy with these. So that's it, everybody. That is my max level Beastmaster Hunter spec for your perusal and for your enjoyment. If you like this guide, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell icon as well. Don't forget multi-streaming on Twitch as well as YouTube. Daily streams, 5:30 in the morning, 8 p.m. at night, Central Time. There's a Discord. There's another Discord for the guild. Send me a DM directly. We can get you an invite in and go from there. Don't forget to check out all the other playlists and all the other games we play and the movie reviews and everything else. And until next time, everybody, stay safe. We got all sorts of people logging on. I got to do guild stuff tonight. Bye, everybody.